So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey everybody, it's a new episode of Ho Ho Hong Kong. You're used to it by now. I'm your host Mohammed Magdi by myself. Vivek still in recovery. Actually, we'll be back very soon, so that's exciting. And we finally get to hear the full story of what happened to him. But in the meantime, man, we are going a little nuts with all the shows that we're having this month as part of the Hong Kong comedy season. The week there you're listening in Monday 8th and forward. So in a couple of weeks, we have my Trey's show on the 23rd of September at the Shusan Theatre, and then Ben Quinlan on the 21st of September at the West Kowloon, the Box Free Space. Both tickets for both shows are running out, and there is so much happening otherwise that we like. It's kind of weird to have this kind of scale running, like kind of coming back to the same. To one person running everything, because that means you just have zero time to try to understand even the scale of the stuff that happened. But I'm very grateful. There is a lot of people who now want to work with us. There is a Mandarin show that is about to happen at Base Hall as well, with this lady Rachel, who's coming from, I believe, LA, and I'm working with a Chinese promoter on that. There is also a Hindi show that I will announce very soon. It's actually on sale, but like we're waiting for the artist to kind of start to kick things off. But that artist is just like as big as they come, and he has a pretty wacko story, and we'll talk about him in another time. Other than that, there is a French show with our buddy Letitia from Spotlight, and there is a Rishi and Sharul coming later, and then in October from Singapore, and then myself headlining on September 27th. So I just wanted to get all the exciting plugs up front so we can get to our guests. So it's actually, I believe, a good segue to introduce our guest, who is, we were just talking, we have been friends for a while, and he has one of the coolest stories, I think, in the art scene in Hong Kong, and I'll let him speak for himself. But what I find fascinating about what he has coming up is basically kind of the equivalent of what I am trying to do with the comedy stuff, but he is way ahead of me, and he's way more ambitious, and he's doing much bigger stuff. So I'm actually like, this podcast is also a little bit me learning from him. And, the music scene, I would say, is a lot bigger than the comedy scene in Hong Kong. And in a lot of emerging markets, I think that's the case, because music is just more established. Like, there is more genres to it. So comedy, I think, is a bit more niche. But he is basically creating his own festival that he has done already. But this year, he's taking it to the next few levels, not just one level. He's going a little nuts. So again, I'll introduce my friend Joe Lang. Joe runs Chez Trente. If you don't know what Chez Trente is, I will let him explain. And he's also one of the legends on the Hong Kong production scene, live music scene, and just an overall awesome human being. Joe, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast, man. Really appreciate you.
I'm so happy to hear. This is a bit a huge introduction.
You deserve every bit of it, honestly.
Now.
Yeah, you're one of the hardest working people I know, and also you just have something that is so cool and special. So just talk to people a little bit first about what Chez Trente is.
Chez Trente is like a private jazz venue, I would say. The idea is to let the musician be themselves. I've been a working musician for many years, but I stopped around 10 years ago. The one thing I really don't like is no matter how hard we work as a musician, and then when we play at this luxury event venue, all that kind of thing, suddenly it feels like I'm nothing. I'm a background music generator.
Yes.
No one really cares. If you're lucky, there might be one or two guests that really care about the music. So I really want to create a space that musicians can be themselves, and it's always music comes first, and people who came in, they respect the musician, respect the music. So that's the idea of Chez Trente.
That's amazing. And so you went from a working musician, you're like, screw this, I know how a musician feels, so I'm going to create something for them because I know what they need, basically.
Yes, I'm not that big in heart. I think the original I try to create something for myself.
But that makes sense, because even in our world, like I would do what you are doing if I have the means to be like, I will just create my own comedy club. You know, obviously for comedy, it's the requirements are like, we even talked about like something like Chez Trente and how to maybe even tweak it to have comedy shows or whatever. But then also economically, we can't really work with space that doesn't hold more than like less than like 60, 70 people, right?
Yeah.
But the whole idea of starting your own thing so you can perform. What did you play, first of all?
I was a drummer, like mainly drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just almost impossible to play and maintain a venue at
Yeah.
the same time. At some point, I realized after the first year.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if I'm on the drums and then
Yeah.
anything's happened, it distract me immediately.
Right,
Because
right.
I'm the runner, right? So I think I realized the best way is just really step back and let other people to do it.
Yeah, okay. And right now, Chez Trente is on Peel Street. I actually caught you at the previous venue.
Yeah.
Where were you before?
Cheung Chau, I believe.
Yeah, so it's just
also
up on Staunton, right?
Yeah, yeah,
up
yeah.
from Staunton.
it's next to PMQ up on Staunton.
Yes.
Also like a small alley.
Yes.
But now the alley we're in is even smaller.
The alleyway is smaller, but the venue is bigger.
yes,
Right?
exactly.
What's the day-to-day like at Chez Trente?
We open Tuesday to Saturday. Tuesday is open mic night, so anyone can go up and sing and play.
Yeah.
Wednesday is the jazz jam. We got a band hosting, and then they will invite people to come up on the stage to join them. But it's only jazz, basically, on
Right.
Wednesday. It's very
Yeah.
focusing. Thursday, sometimes we do movie screening.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do...
I came and watched Borat. It was great.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
That's how
it
I
was.
started.
It was during COVID.
Yeah. I really want to do something related to movie.
Yeah.
But right now, we do something with a community called Moving Pictures. Really amazing. So basically, it's a community run by indie movie makers.
Nice.
They make soft films. So
Yeah.
right now, it's more like a screening for those indie movie from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And also director will be there, like a Q&A,
That's
something
awesome.
like that. Yeah.
And when is it?
Every Thursday. But
Yeah.
right now, because they are very busy about making their new movie.
Yeah.
So I think it's like twice a month right now.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really depends on their schedule.
Yeah, we will put all the details of how to people find Chez Trente and all of this at the end of the episode, and it's also going to be in the show description in the notes, so people can know how to find it. But aside from that, so that's Thursday movie screening, and then on the weekend,
Weekends always shows like a jazz show by professionals.
Yeah.
Sometimes it will be some indie band that they do their original. I really try to, keep a good balance, not just jazz, because I think it's also very important about the education, like letting people to reach out. Like some young musician, they don't know what they want to play yet.
yes,
They just want to form a band and let's start it. That's
Yeah.
normal. That's how I started. So my concept is let them to get connected with some other musician, maybe jazz musician, and then see if they like them.
Yeah.
To get involved in the industry.
yeah. Okay, and before we move on to the Chez Trente Music Festival, I want to go back a bit in your history. So you are from Hong Kong, born and raised.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what did you study?
Hong Kong.
No, what did you study?
What do you
What?
mean? What do I
Yeah,
study?
yeah.
Oh, jeez. Fashion design in Poly U.
Oh, fashion design at Poly U.
Yeah,
That's really interesting, though. Like, what got you into fashion design, and does it affect at all how you're doing things today?
Not really. I didn't finish it. I quit after the first
Oh,
year.
you did? Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like the
Was it your choice, the fashion design school?
I was in Beijing by the time I left Hong Kong, just sort of like, I don't know, travel, exploring the world. And then my mom told me, applied for university for you.
Oh.
I thought you loved fashion design.
Right.
And they take you. They took
Yeah.
you, so come back.
Okay.
So I came back and I tried a little bit. I tried the first year. And then I already seeing the world outside. So I'm not interested in this.
So you were just traveling in China at the time, just like hanging out.
Sort of. My dad was there in back in the time.
Yeah.
So I was sort of like helping him a little bit.
Sure.
But mainly just fucking around, to be honest.
Yeah, just hanging out. Yeah. And then, okay, so you came back, did 1 year at PolyU, and then didn't like it at all.
I don't like the system, like the school and a lot of things. It's hard to explain. It's just like it makes me feel like somehow it's quite a dark industry. So
The fashion industry.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Doesn't matter because now I grow up. I realize every industry is so dark.
Okay, so you actually see the reality of the word. So it's like it's not the fashion, it's the word.
It's the
that is
word.
fucked.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
that's such a bleak way to learn about the word. Like you're right for sure, because I actually I can probably I can think now, looking back, that I would think the same thing. Like, oh, these things are evil and these things are not done right. And then you grow up and you're like, oh, even sports is like fucked up.
Yeah.
And even stuff like a marathon or whatever. Everything is just like, it's really like there's some really dark shit
Yes.
that is happening everywhere.
Yes,
So you're right.
exactly.
It's just the word. It's not the
Yes.
fashion. Did you study anything else?
No, not really. I was playing music on the side by myself.
Yeah.
And then turns out I was okay. And then
When was the first time you picked up like drumsticks and started playing?
20. That's actually quite late.
Wow.
Yeah,
First,
yeah,
and
yeah,
before
yeah.
that, you didn't have any interest in music,
I
nothing?
think I had some Chinese instrument experience for 2 years. Back in time, like very, very little when I was. And then, after 1 or 2 years of learning, the teacher already asked, oh, do you want to teach at my teaching center? So, seems like I got talent on this kind of thing. That's
Yeah.
how I started.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then back in the time, I think, wow, music, art is such a pure industry.
You're
Let's
so
jump-
naive.
Yes, let's jump into it.
Yeah. Amazing. And when did you start opening your own venue? So you said like you played in other bands, like stuff around town and stuff. And then when did you make that call you said earlier about like, okay, fuck this. I know what the musicians need. I'm going to open my own thing and give them the platform. When did you make that switch?
All right. I think I have that idea for 10 years now. But we opened maybe 7 years ago.
So the first Chez Trente.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the location on Staunton.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time there during COVID playing. I don't think that will get you in trouble. I was gonna say we played hide and seek with the cops a lot there. So there's a lot of they're passing by Staunton and we're like, oh shit, and then we'll go inside or
Yeah.
But it's it's interesting. Like that whole COVID time was really this was Chez Trente was one of my refugee spots.
Yeah,
And I think there was a lot of friends like that. The other one shout out was FLM. FLM, the guys at FLM, you know what FLM is? The gay bar on Queens Road, Queen Cafe.
Yes,
FLM.
I think so.
So they have 2 floors. They have one.
I know.
So that's another one that would do a lock-in.
Yeah.
And one of the funniest nights we had was during when they were doing the raids, making sure the businesses are closed, blah blah blah. So FLM, you can enter from Cafe Queen, which is on Queens Road, and you can enter from the back door on Jervois downstairs, right? So the cops and Joseph, I hope I'm not getting him. I don't think it's getting him in trouble. But so they would, the door is closed and we're hanging out there kind of quietly. People are drinking. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then he has cameras outside the door. And then the cop, he would see when the cops are passing by, he would tell us to quiet and everything. But there's a whole other club downstairs. So anyway, people got a bit loose, and then people went downstairs to the club and it started partying. The DJ was on.
Wow.
People were smoking, drinking. So, and then the cops decided to come in, but they came in from upstairs because the door downstairs is just like a steel door. It's really hard to get through. So they went from upstairs. So now Joseph has to get us all out from downstairs.
Yeah.
And then the cops, he bought some time, basically started arguing with them, whatever. And then his partner got us all out from the back door on Jervois. So the cops went oh, we're going to come in to check what's happening. And he said, see, there's nobody. But the funny part is there was half-drunk glasses and cigarettes that are still on.
Wow.
And he was like, "Oh, just me and my friends hanging out here.
Wow.
There is nobody."
Wow.
It was, but because we're out on the street, there is 100 people on the street,
Yeah.
but there is no proof that they were inside.
Wow, that's 100
Yeah,
people.
yeah. It was not a few people.
That's another level.
Yeah,
That's
it was not a
another
few
level.
people. So they were so frustrated because they couldn't do anything. And they were just standing outside, and all they did was, group gathering of 4 people. They just kept like putting us like separate from each other, but then they couldn't do anything.
Wow.
It was so funny.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Yeah, so obviously at Chez Trente, we did not do anything illegal. It was all according to the law.
Yes. Yes.
We followed the law strictly for 3 years.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now, and then, so you're running Chez Trente, and then you started, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you started Chez Trente Music Festival. The first time you did it on a Star Ferry, was that the first version?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
The first time.
And that was 2 years ago, right?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, just for general information to me and the audience, how the hell do you hire the whole Star Ferry? How does that even work?
Money. So
Such a Hong Kong answer too. Just throw money at the problem. Yes.
no. They literally went out for party, but
Yeah.
it's just extremely expensive. So
Yeah.
the first year, we did make a little money,
Yeah.
and then after like the crew around 10 people
Yeah.
drinking a little bit as a after party, celebration the
Yes.
successful of the festival, and then we lost money. That's how much we made. I think we made like 800 or something.
Right. And then you blew it on the same night.
Yeah.
More than that.
Yeah. But
So-
we knew it because the boat is so expensive.
So okay, so you ran it for one night.
Yes, 7 hours, I think. They ran it out by hours.
Oh, by hours. Okay.
Yeah.
So just walk us through the setup of that. Like, so you decided to basically have a music festival on the Star Ferry, and the Star Ferry, where does it go?
Just back and forward in the harbor.
Oh, just is it the same route as the regular Star Ferry?
No. Not
That would drive you crazy. Just go back and forth for 7 hours.
So it's east to west.
okay, so
Somewhere
just
South
up and down.
Kaiwan to maybe Kennedy Town. I don't know, Saiwan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's still pretty good distance, like with the view and everything.
Yes.
And how many people were on the Star Ferry?
I think the maximum capacity is 280, 290, something like this.
Yeah. And what's the legality? Like, how do you get all the licenses to play music and stuff on the Star
It's
Ferry?
a private party.
Ah, okay. Nice.
It's a
Lovely.
private party for city people.
Someone's birthday.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So for that, obviously, you don't need any sort of like proper like ticketing license
Yes.
or whatever. Wow, that's so cool. Okay, so and what was your takeaway from this? Aside from the the boat being very expensive,
Yeah.
do you think like you wouldn't do it again because of it's expensive, or do you want to scale up and have more people?
First thing is I got bored quite easily, so I want to do things differently every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
We might go back to the boat because it's really really good experience.
Yeah.
But it's also a chaos, especially the toilet.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
300 people with 2 toilets
Oh yeah.
for 7 hours.
I don't think I've even been to a toilet on the Star Ferry. Where is it?
Yes, it's on the first floor, I should say.
Right, the bottom deck.
The bottom deck. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's because obviously the regular Star Ferry trip between Central and TST
Yeah.
is a 7-minute trip.
Yeah.
So no one uses the toilet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. And then, but also, did you manage to clear out all the on the seats in the middle, or no?
No.
The wooden seats.
Yeah, it's still there.
Wow.
So, like, thinking in a good way, everybody got to sit it.
Yes, that is good. Obviously, you don't want people to get drunk and get stupid. But I'm just trying to. And then because there is 2 levels, are people playing different music up and down?
Yes, we got. We didn't use the bottom deck at the end because it's too smelly. The gasoline.
Yes, it's pretty strong. Yes.
Yeah. So we do 2 side silent disco at the end.
Yeah.
And then the band in the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, silent disco. That's fun. That's something you also have for this coming festival.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It helps not just because you can hear the music better, but also it's easier to manage when the stage is not too far away from each
Yes.
other. So it
Yeah.
helps.
I've seen people randomly, maybe like, I don't know how long ago, maybe a year ago, I was passing by on Hollywood Road, and there was just like a bunch of people standing in front of that new pizza shop or whatever, and it's like 15 kids just
Yeah.
like wearing the headphones with the lights on them, and they're just like dancing to like silent disco on the street.
Yeah.
It was pretty wild. I've not seen that before. So the first year you decided, why did you decide to do Chez Trente Music Festival anyway?
I don't know. It's just like I always have this kind of idea. Either you go bigger or you stop.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say you died.
No,
You
you're
know what I
right.
mean?
Because actually, no, you're right. The episode that we did just a few weeks ago about the comedy season that we're doing, I titled it the same thing: "Go big or go home." Basically,
Yeah.
It's basically that, because I would say you're quite comfortable in like just having Chez Trente as a base, right?
Yeah.
Like there is no problem. Like everything is fine.
Yeah.
But then there's not that much excitement, right?
Yeah, exactly,
Like there is no
exactly.
real challenge.
Yes.
You're like, I can keep doing this forever.
Yes.
And it's great.
Yes.
But then where's the challenge in that?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Where's the risk, right?
Yeah.
So that's your thinking is like, I need to take a risk. I need to make things bigger,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So after the boat, you did last year. Where did you do it?
It's a club called Trilogy. Like you have like 2 levels, 3 different area. They have
Yeah.
a speakeasy jazz bar, and then they have this main dancing club. And then at the rooftop they have like a lounge, like a DJ style
Yes.
kind of stage.
Yeah. And that was over also one day, or
Just one day, just Saturday, I believe.
so you took over the whole thing?
Yes, free
Yeah.
stage. That's the first time we do free stage thing.
Yeah.
Which is really, really amazing. That there's like a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
And people can, rotate if they find that's not their music.
Yeah.
They can just find something new.
Yeah. And then, did you make any money from that?
Yes.
So you started learning how to make money from.
Yes. This time we can afford a dinner.
Yeah. Nice. You can afford the after show dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A decent dinner this
Yes,
time we can
yeah.
afford. So that's good.
Nice. Okay. And how many artists did you work with last year?
20 puts. I think it's like 20 something. I can't really remember.
And
to
it's
be honest.
mostly jazz musicians.
Not really. So the layout of the venue, actually the speakeasy bar is a jazz bar.
Yeah,
so,
it was
so
a
we,
big piano. I've been there. Yeah.
So we have a jazz stage. Like
Yes.
all the jazz music is in that room.
Yeah.
And then we have like a bigger stage for a bigger band. Like not necessary, but it's sort of like related to jazz.
Yeah.
Or soul, funk, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this year, which is kind of the main point of this episode, aside from introducing you to our audience as just a generally cool human being and having a great venue, is that this year you're going really big. At least in comparison to the last couple of years, right?
Yes. We're gonna do it in Cheung Chau. That might be complicated for some guests, but I really love the venue. When I first walk into it, it's called Sai Yun. It's like 500,000 square feet campsite, really, really huge.
Yeah.
And they got like everything set to it. Like I mean, they got loads of toilets, and then they got glamping that you can stay in. Like
Yeah.
the facility, like everything.
Yeah.
They got things for kids like rope net, like all this playground thing.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's really like perfect for doing music festival.
Right. So we were talking before recording, and you actually gave an example with Fuji Rock, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which I actually think that I haven't been to Fuji Rock, but I'm familiar with it. And I think you really nailed it there when you're like, oh, we don't have something like this here. So that's kind of the model you're looking at, right?
Yes, exactly. Because like every time like Hong Kong people talk that a lot, like the Fuji Rock.
Yeah.
And then they show you photos,
Yeah.
experience. Like me, myself, I haven't been there. But
Yeah.
like almost all my friends been there.
Yes.
Now it just make me very difficult. Now I have family and kids.
Yeah.
So I was like, probably I can't get there in the next few years.
So you can just make your own Fuji Rock, right?
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea.
Like,
let us have a small one. I mean, like for sure, the scale is not the same.
But it's fascinating you're saying this because you're doing exactly what I'm doing with our industries. It's exactly the same. I'm doing like with comedy. I'm doing exactly that. It's like no one is doing this here at this level. Like the comedy season thing, like everything in 1 month, like try to run as many shows as possible, whatever, all of these things. And you're like, no one is doing this particular thing in my industry. I would be the one doing it.
Yeah. I'm someone that like to be the one who make things happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if we wait for people to like, I hope one day Live Nation or whatever, I hope one day they will do it, and then you're just waiting for some big company to maybe make it happen for you, and it's never going to be as good as when you make it yourself. Because it's done according to your own vision, right?
Yes.
You're a musician, I'm a comedian. You know what the musician needs.
Exactly.
And I know
That's
what the
I'm
comedian
about to say.
needs.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So with this one, you're going for, first of all, 3 days, right?
3 days, yes.
Yes. So people can camp, people can, have a whole...
Glamping, like the fancy glamping, you can rent it like it's a built-in camp that with AC and washroom that you can do that as well. But you can also just camping.
Camp on the beach for free. Wait, it's a whole private thing.
It's a whole private thing.
Yeah, but that's awesome. So, and you haven't, as at the time of recording, you haven't announced the lineup yet, right?
We haven't. We're still on the Blind Bird, but we will announce in the next few days.
Yeah, okay. So Blind Bird, which is the tickets, you can see them in the description of the episode. Blind Bird are Eventbrite, and what do you... To do stuff at this scale, and we talked a little bit before recording, to do stuff at this scale, you have to work with other people. A lot of other people. Right? Because I'm comparing it to your Star Ferry, which I imagine very straightforward. You took the venue, the boat, private hire, the end. You're just telling friends, hey, you perform there, you play there. Haha, we're all having fun.
Yes.
But this time you're doing... This is serious business.
Sort of, yes. We also try to bring in overseas artists. Right now, I'm not sure how many I can bring in. But I wanted, because I promised, so there will be at least one. So difficulty is we're trying to get sponsor from like some airlines. See if they can sponsor the tickets. That helps a lot. Yeah. If it's not gonna happen, I promise I will at least get one.
Yeah, okay. Well, the visa is also a little bit of a difficult thing here because the fees of the visa just went up a lot. They went from, because I bring artists every month. So they went from 230 to 1,200.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Maybe that will help you consider or reconsider your promise about the bringing in
at least one.
One is should be okay if you have an airline sponsor. That should help a lot. But how do you see the shift in trying to? I find it a little hard when I started doing bigger stuff. Because I'm also working with other people, I found it a little hard as someone who I guess I don't know if it's fair to call myself a control freak, but I would like to have I know what the vision is. Like I know the final vision is, but obviously in business that's not how it works. Yeah. At some point you have to start giving stuff to other people, otherwise you'll go mental and you'll not go right. You can explain, you can understand that fully, I'm sure.
Yeah, first thing of all, I'm definitely a control freak.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then most of my friends agreed.
Right.
There's a process to learn.
Yes, how to hand over stuff to people. How to let go. That's it. It's actually, that's a really good word. Yeah. Because I'm looking at the program for the music season, for the music festival, and right now we're talking about 4 stages for 3 days. Yes. And then everyone can see it on the website, on Eventbrite. But then there is I feel like there's so much happening. Silent disco, kids and families, overseas bands, which we're not sure about.
I take out the S.
Yeah, exactly. Overseas band. Maybe just overseas and that's it. And then you have Insider. What's Insider Tours?
Sorry?
There's something called Insider Tour.
Oh, okay. We will organize something that... people will show you around Cheung Chau. So basically outside of the campsite, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we
Okay.
found some nature expert to do some tour with
Yeah.
the families and stuff.
Yeah, and then you have morning yoga, craft workshop. So it feels like it's a full experience,
Yeah.
but it's also like knowing that you are in charge basically by yourself. I know you're handing over stuff to other people, but I'm just trying to understand how you set your own expectations when it comes to like not being overwhelmed by all of this.
I don't know, but I besides of like the music industry, I'm also working with a lot of arts people in Hong Kong, and Cheung Chau is actually a place that have a lot of artists inside, like because they don't like the city life,
Yes.
right? They all move to Cheung Chau. I know them pretty well, so it's based on trust actually. All this workshop or like a tour thing is like run by my friends, and I knew them for decades.
Right. So it's a lot of like pooling together all your friends who know how to do something,
Yeah.
and in the art world that you just want them to all to get together for one weekend every year and do this. Cheung Chau is an interesting place, I think, because you're right. Like it's like every time I go there, it feels like the people who are just like have opted out of the system, basically.
Yeah.
Right? Where did you grow up in Hong Kong? It wasn't there, no?
Oh, it's a long journey.
Please tell us.
I was raised in Sha Tin, which doesn't sound too far away, right?
Yeah.
That's what nowadays. It
Yeah.
used to be like Shanghai or Tuen Mun, like really,
Yes,
really
yes.
far away
Yeah.
from the city. And like during time to time, I try to move closer to the center.
Yeah.
To the center, which
Yeah.
is I live in Central now.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it can be our previous, just that last episode, we had a comedian, Maitri Karanth, on the podcast, and she started in Stanley years ago,
Yeah.
and then went to Sai Kung, and then Happy Valley, and now she lives in Central.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like basically very similar stuff.
exploring the Hong Kong. I used to live in Saigon for 2 years as well.
Yeah, very similar stuff. So going back to, actually, I find this also quite cool, the comparison. I don't know anything about the music world, and you don't know anything about the comedy world,
Yes.
not much, right? How is it like in the comedy world, there's a lot of, like, they're artists, right? Everybody, like, is kind of different to manage and stuff. How do you dealing with the artist, like, ego? Because I find that really interesting, because I have to manage them as well, the comedians.
Yeah.
So I imagine that, like, as someone who has the venue, sometimes you have to be the boss in a way. How do you deal with that?
First of all, I throw away my.
Yeah, you have to throw away your, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's not that difficult actually. It's based on understanding each other. I think if the more you talk to them, then you will find actually it's not that difficult. It's just some misunderstanding at the end. And then thanks for Chez Trente, that I hang out with them a lot. So
Yeah.
basically, I really know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
So that's how it started. Now I don't see it as a problem or difficulty anymore, basically.
Yeah, you're just seeing it as, like, just basically trying to understand another human being.
Yeah.
And the more you understand them, the easier it will be for you to
Yeah.
work with them.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but here at the Chez Trente festival, you're not really. Are you working? Is everybody you're working with? We have 30 plus artists or bands.
Yeah.
Is everybody on the lineup? I know it's still a secret,
Yeah.
but is everybody people you already work with or are familiar?
Okay. So 90% of the band is like I've been worked with. I know them in person, and some of them is like a big band that high up there that I never get a chance to work with before.
Yeah.
But because of this festival, I think they like the concept, and then like might have some middleman that they know both each other.
Yes.
So there will be some other bands that I've never worked with, and I also want to give a shout to James from Ho.
Yeah.
Amazing music brand. He also helped me to bring in artists and also oversee artists. Basically, he's a very similar man. But it's like a make it happen.
Yes,
and
yes.
More like it has the most important thing for him is like is it interesting enough?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think, the mentality of make it happen here, it's obviously you can see it in a lot of places, even people who just have regular jobs, like in an office or whatever, because Hong Kong is such a high pressure city that everybody needs to make it happen. But in our world, if you're just working for yourself, or if you really make it happen, you need to make it happen so you can pay your rent, basically. You have, what, 2 kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, you need to feed the kids,
Yeah.
right? It's like, obviously your wife works as well and everything, but like the make it happen mentality, I think in the art world, is so difficult because the easiest thing is to just give up and be like, okay, I'm just gonna go work for whatever, right?
Yeah.
When you have that much pressure. So the fact that you're still doing it is so cool. And you're finding other friends who are doing it as well, like James or myself.
Yeah.
Right? So going back to this, I would like to also try to... I have been to a music festival like this years and years ago in Europe. It's very big. It's
Yeah.
called Roskilde. It's in Denmark. And the headliners were like Stevie Wonder and, Outkast. It was insane. Yeah. So obviously not... I'm saying like this in the scale of like 3 days and, different camping and all of that stuff. And it became one of the biggest music festivals in Europe. But like, there is so much happening. And I can imagine if I am in charge, I would probably go insane. So how do you manage your own sanity that you have you're expecting how... Okay, so you just go with the insanity.
Yeah.
Okay.
I lost my shit a lot of times.
You already did.
But so something I want to bring up is like you mentioned like Stevie Wonder, really big scale.
Yeah.
I heard something on the first music festival from one of the artists, Nate, who is one of the biggest artists here in Hong Kong, in my opinion. I mean the jazz scene.
Yeah.
He said, I told him, sorry, there's a little bit chaos here and there. And then he was like, no, that's what makes it fun.
Right.
That's what makes this festival special than the others. So sometimes I think like a local small festival is very interesting because when you go, you really feel you're connected with all the other people that are getting involved, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and there's people also that sometimes only work under a specific kind of pressure as well. Like, as in, like, the artists sometimes they're like, oh, we're just like hanging out and stuff. But like, no, bro, you have to perform. These people bought tickets, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to take it a bit more seriously.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And for this as well, one of the cool things I wanna try to understand is you're encouraging people to bring their kids and families, right?
Yes.
So how do you manage that?
Stay away from the center.
Okay, so the kids and the family should be a little bit on the safe side.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot of events. Like a program is good for kids. I don't want to go too crazy at some point. I mean, like we are not having a death metal festival.
Right. So there's no like mosh pit or whatever.
Yeah. So the music style itself and everything is more, I would say, family friendly.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And also the workshop, like, is mainly for kids. I think it might be because I have kids now. So I want to organize an event that is like good for families. Like my kids can go as well.
Yes. I mean, look, obviously we have in Hong Kong, the big ones are what? Clock and Flap, that's an establishment. Creamfields, that's another establishment. Is there anything else outside of these really big kind of like music festivals?
Yeah, the one that happened in the same venue is called Seafood Meats, I think, right?
I haven't heard of it.
It's quite big. Actually, they do it at the same venue.
Nice.
But this year they stopped for some reason. But it's a electronic music festival.
Right.
It's more like for grown-ups. It goes really
like
wild, crazy, like a wave.
Right.
So, but when I saw the venue, when I first time visit, and I see the possibility that we can do like a family-friendly kind of event.
Yeah.
It's actually more for a family-friendly because that's what it built for, right? It's a campsite.
Yes.
Yeah, so
what are they using it like? So the outside of the private hire like yours, they are using it for just like people to rent out the space to camp, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I see. I think for this one, so you're basically creating something that hasn't been done for the jazz scene before in Hong Kong. But it's not just jazz. It's the whole experience of also run quite low key, I would say, like underground vibes, right?
Yeah.
But now you want it to be a bit more structured. So here's my question: how big do you think you want to take this?
You mean From here?
Yeah, from here, from after this year.
Uh,
So you're looking at 4 stages for 3 days.
I think I'm happy to keep this scale for a few years first.
Okay, okay.
Because I think to be honest, I think that there will be things out of my hands this year. That might be some chaos, to be honest.
Of course.
So I want to learn from this, make it a perfect event festival first before I move on.
Yeah. I mean, I will speak on behalf of a lot of our listeners. I really think this is something that they would enjoy, especially, as you said, like listeners with kids, like people who have like looking for something a bit different to do on a weekend. Also, November, usually the weather is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Not rainy season. So I will be there. We already talked about this before.
Yes.
Like I will be there helping out for a couple of nights as
Yes,
well.
please.
Yeah. So I'll be there so you guys can catch me there. But overall, I really think it's such a cool, unique thing for people to do in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And it's also one amazing way to directly support the art. Like, you know, you hear a lot of like support the artist, support the art scene. This doesn't get as more support the art as this, right? It's like the most you can do.
I hope so. Thank you.
There is no middleman, there's no middle people. They're working with you directly, and they're working like tickets is going directly with Chez Trente basically accounts.
Yeah.
So, and then it's obviously you have the venue, you have the artist, everyone's getting paid and all of this stuff, food and all of these things. So it's a cool underground vibe that I fully get behind, not just because you're my friend, but I really think if I didn't know you and someone told me, hey, look at this event, I would go. Just to like check it out. I'm like, oh, this is cool because, you know.
Yeah, I feel the same. I would go myself.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you know, I work with Clock and Flap and a lot of stuff, and I have so much respect for them. The scale that they have right now is insane, right?
Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
It's crazy. And sometimes even if I am a customer, I might not go every year because I'm like, it's so overwhelming. Like, that's great. Like, you can go for one day if you see like an artist you like or whatever. But this is something, like yours is something I'm like, oh, this is going to be like super chill. In a way, it's like, oh, I can just go with my friend without, like, you know, the insanity of, like, so much production and stuff like this. Not that I wouldn't like that either, but you know what I mean? So I really think it's going to be cool. So I encourage everybody and our listeners, please come check it out.
Like when last year, the first time Content Flap, like Ticket Flap, like contacted us, they said, oh, your event looks really cool. Can we sell your tickets?
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, we did something right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, those guys are great. We work with them on a regular basis. Shout out to the whole team, Cora, Kinney, Killen, all of everybody and Justin, of course, everybody at Clock and Flap, and I'll be there also this year, so you'll see me there as well. But Joe, thank you so much for joining us, man. This was super fun.
My pleasure.
I'm really looking forward to this. I haven't been, to be honest, like I didn't go to Clock and Flap since COVID, and I'm trying to even think of when was the last time I was at anything like this, and it must have been pre-COVID. So I'm just excited to even just be in a cool environment, like, you know, camping and all of this stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, just one advice. I'm younger than you. Just if you take it from like a young brother, is like you always need to make sure that you are having fun. Otherwise, this whole thing is pointless.
That's right. That's right.
Don't let the stress get to you, and don't be like, oh my god, like, you know, always putting out fires. If you're doing that, you're just never. It's not gonna be worth it.
Yeah, that's true. I take that advice. You're right.
So everyone, check out all the information is in the show description below, and hopefully we'll see you guys at the Chez Trente Music Festival. It's on the 21st, Friday 21st, Saturday 22nd, and Sunday 23rd of November on Cheung Chau. And yeah, you will see me helping around there. I'll be wearing probably a silly name tag and telling you to, you know, put out your fires or whatever. So we'll see. Joe will give me a job, and I'll tell you about it later. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We have, as I said, like we're starting really strong. Actually, at this point, the show count in September is about 10, including the 2 theater shows. So we're gonna be very busy, but obviously the podcast will keep going as it is. Don't forget to slide into Vivek's DMs and wish him a happy recovery. And I will catch you guys on the Patreon. And then, those of you not on the Patreon, sign up! Patreon.com/HoHoPod for $5 a month. You can get to support us doing all this cool stuff. If not, we'll see you guys on here next week. Thank you. Thanks, Joe. Thanks for joining us. And we'll see you at Chez Trente. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.